Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with my Oregon football predictions. Oregon last year had Willie Target as our head coach. He left for Florida State, so they're bringing in a new head coach. Last year they went 7-5, and to me they're kind of going to take maybe a little bit of a step back, possibly, only because of the new head coach. I think they'll take a step back or a step forward? Wait to see. So let's go in here and look at these numbers where my cursor is. FBI has them going 8-4. They give them a 0.2% shot of winning out, going 12-0. 4% shot of winning the Pac-12, and the 64th hardest schedule out of 130 teams. So they have a pretty easy schedule. They get Stanford and Washington at home. They get Washington off a bye, which is nice. Those are the two teams in the schedule that I've already done. Those videos will be at the end of this video. So let's go ahead and dive into the schedule. And they get three easy wins in their very easy non-conference schedule. First game, Bowling Green. I think they blow out Bowling Green. I'm going to say they blow out Bowling Green 45-14. Second game, Portland State. I'm saying I know Portland State played well against BYU last year, but Oregon's different than BYU. And I'm going to say they blow out Portland State 38-14. And then San Jose State, I think they blow out at home as well 42-6. So this is a very good, easy start. Get your feet under the water, and basically they will win rate against Stanford at home. And Stanford, I think, is going to be a little bit better than Oregon this year. But if you saw my Stanford football predictions video, you saw who I went with in this game, and I pulled the trigger on the upset, and I said Oregon's going to win this game 28-20. So Oregon starts off the season 4-0, and then they go in the road against California. FBI is very high on California, but I also think Oregon, for Oregon, this is a trap game for Oregon. So I'm going to sit here and pick California to win, and I'm going to say Oregon loses this game 33-31. I think California survives against Oregon. So the first loss of the year for Oregon, I have them going 4-1 into the bye, and then they get Washington. And I personally think coming off the bye is really going to help Oregon. And I think Washington will be undefeated going into this game. So I think this is a huge game. Could decide the Pac-12 North. But what I decided to do, if you watch my Washington football prediction video, I pulled the trigger and went with the upset. I'm picking Oregon to win this game 21-17. So that's my view about them against Washington. So probably the two big other top dogs in the Pac-12 North you get at home. And I have Oregon beating them both, which is very good if you're Oregon. But next game against Washington State, I think momentum does continue off the game against Washington. I do think they beat Washington State, even on the road. I want to say they win this game 31-24. Next game at Arizona. To me, Arizona could be sneaky dangerous this year. Oregon is a little bit favored, but on the road, Arizona at home, I'm actually going to go ahead, pull the trigger with the upset. I'm going to say Oregon loses this game 35-27. Next game, UCLA at home. Chip Kelly's revenge game. Very big game here on both ends. It's going to be a very emotional game, even though I don't even know if any of the college recruits Chip Kelly recruited or even still on this Oregon team. But I'm going to say Oregon holds their ground and wins this game. I went back and forth with this one. I would say Oregon wins a shootout here, 38-34. Next game at Utah. This is literally a pick'em game in my opinion. Utah to me is going to be good this year. I'm rolling with the whole. I'm rolling with the home team here. I'm going to say Oregon loses to Utah, 34-24. I think Utah maybe even pulls away a little bit in this game. So that's Oregon's third loss of the year. Probably puts them out of college football contention, college football playoff contention. They're probably gonna have to win out if they want a chance at a New Year's Six bowl. Next game is Arizona State. I think Herm Edwards, first year head coach, is going to be interesting. But I do think on the road against Oregon, I do think Arizona State is going to lose to Oregon. I think Oregon does win this game, 32-19. Kind of a weird score. Whoops. Kind of screwed up right there. Actually, never mind. I did not. It's just that the last game of the year for Oregon is against Oregon State, the in-state rival, at Oregon State on Friday. That Black Friday. And guys, you know exactly where I'm gonna go with this. I gotta pick Oregon and win this game, 41-17. Oregon State's probably gonna be in contention of Kansas, and Vanderbilt for the worst team in the Power 5. So I do think Oregon's going to beat Oregon State. So my final prediction for Oregon is 9-3 with and they lost all three of their games in the Pac-12. So with a 6-3 conference record. So that's probably not enough to win the Pac-12 North. But it's a very good first year for their head coach. I remember his first name's Mario. I think it's like Handiskel, stuff like that. Very good first year for him. And those are my Oregon football predictions. So 9-3 with a 6-3 record in the conference. So what do you think about my Oregon football predictions? Comment down below. Also, tomorrow would be Iowa and LSU, and then I start into the teams that I think have a chance to represent the Group of 5 on the New Year's Six Bowl. One other thing before I sign off. Best case scenario for Oregon, in my opinion, is 11-1 with a trip to the college football playoffs, winning the Pac-12 championship. Because I think whoever the hell comes out of the North is winning the Pac-12 championship. Worst case scenario, in my opinion, is 7-5. This is a very easy schedule if you're a Oregon fan. This is a very manageable schedule. Your toughest game is probably at Utah. Well, your toughest road game is at Utah. Your hardest home game is going to be Washington. So, very manageable schedule if you're Oregon. But anyways, that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And this is McD the Beast signing off.